day, everyone. Welcome to the Gulf Snapper. This is Talali with you, taking you through the daily recap of Friday, 12th of February 2021. As usual, I started the backtest, and the setting is always the same. Stop limit or stop exit is at 2%, while profit target is at 7%. On the 12th, we managed to make $3,716.40, equivalent to 33.3% of winning rate. Total of 12 trades winning out of 36. Maintaining the same starting equity of 10,000 and share size of 3,000. The buying power is always at 6-1, which is 60,000 US dollars. Commission per trade for my broker is 3.95. Let me take you through the calendar. You can please freeze the screen and see the top performers and the least performers, profitables as well. Let me take you quickly through the signals in the backtest. We start with with 9:30. The first signal appeared to us, GRIL, and it was a losing one. Let's see whether the decision was correct not to enter this trade. It's obvious that there is a turbulence here, so it's not a wise decision to enter this one. Moving to next. HX was a losing one, and I think you can tell that this is not the right place to enter. Next, SFET was a winning one, but the decision to enter again was not a correct one. So 2 losing, 1 winning, all not to be considered really as an entering one. RETO, you can see low volume actually and wrong place to enter the trade, so this one also is not to be considered. ARTL, I think that this one can be considered as a correct entry and as a confirmed losing trade as well. So this is the first one. If you enter here, everything will be in the right direction. However, there was a candle that hit lower than the moving averages, and that's why as a result, that's why it's a considered losing trade actually. So that's the first one. If we discard or remove the previous ones as a confirmed, as not a confirmed entries actually. So this is the first losing one. Moving to TYHT. TYHT was a clear winning one. However, it took a long time. So okay, you entered, but you did not hit your stop loss. But after 15 minutes, maybe you can consider taking 30 or 20 cents or 10 cents actually and leave. So at least you can, at break even, get out of this trade. Otherwise, if somebody gets in and waited in the trade, he can or she can make it, but out of our criteria. Our criteria is to take the trade and then put a target of 7 and a stop loss of 2, and then give it from 5 to 15 minutes. If it doesn't hit it, then it will start going against your direction. Then this means that it has lost its momentum, and then it's an indication that you need to get out. Moving to DTSS, it shows that it has lost, and unfortunately it gave you the entry, and in 1, 2, 3 minutes, 3 candles, meaning 15 minutes, it did not hold up, and then it continued, of course, going down to reach till it reached the stop loss. So that was again in line with our criteria. You could have lost 1% rather than the 2. So that's a losing one. Moving to METX. It has given a signal at high place, so I don't think that somebody really should enter this one, and this should not be, as a result of this signal, should not be considered as an opportunity. Next, FEDU. It's a clear confirmed entry, one signal, one candle I mean, and in 2 minutes, 7%. Moving to AMBO. Unfortunately, that's a confirmed losing trade. It gave you the signal, but it did not continue. Then it changed its direction. So that's a losing one. EDTK was a losing one, again confirming. Then it went against your direction. Moving to SNCA. A losing trade again, but you should not really enter this trade at this candle with all this distance, with this far distance from the moving averages and the weighted moving average as well. So that's not supposed to be considered really as an entry. Next, FAMI. It's a winning one, and if you enter here, you will struggle for more than 1 hour till it starts making really the profit. So 1 hour and a half is not our criteria. So maybe if you enter here, you will be at break even, leaving this trade with no win and no loss at the same time. So it's up to the trader to decide. Somebody can take the risk or can easily leave at the break even, sticking with the criteria. Moving to HCDI, a losing trade at a confirmed entry, so that entry is correct, and the losing trade is confirmed to be added to our criteria here and to our calculation here. Next, CHRA. I don't think that this is a good entry, and I will leave the. I would really be happy to hear from you if you have alternative thoughts about this. But there are many reasons not to enter this one. One of them is the location that the signal is appearing to you. Next are the clear is the signal that shows a clear low float and low volume trading. I mean, not low floats, for no volume really. So there is no momentum actually. LGHL is a confirmed trade, confirmed entry. If you waited for 20 minutes, you can make profit. If you leave with the criteria, you will not be making 7, but you might be making 3 or 4%. So it's up to the trader again to decide. But sometimes we don't stick with the criteria fully. We don't go exactly by the book. As you recall, sometimes we go in our stop loss a little bit lower than the moving averages, or we go earlier and we stop manually, or we wait more than the 15 minutes and wait for more profit if things are going with our direction. So trading, watching the back test results are not always fully 100% following our criteria. There should be manual interference, physical interference actually. Moving to BTN, sorry. BTN is a clear winning one from the beginning. You saw the signal, you gave it a chance, you entered with a new candle, and then within 1, 2, 3 minutes, 3 candles, I mean, which is 15 minutes, it made it 15 to 20 minutes. So that's a winning one. Next is PXS. PXS is a losing one, and it has done it within 30 minutes. It gave you the signal, made up to 6%, then it went all the way down. So if you waited for 1, 2, 3 candles, you can make 2% or 3%. By that time, you will tell from the shape that you are going to the other direction. So either you can decide leaving here, or you may be already taken your decision by leaving earlier with 6% profit at the same candle in 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. Next, RAVE. RAVE gave you the signal at very high place. So I don't think that this is a correct entry. However, it did go down, slow down for some time. Then it went back again. And then at the end of the day, it made something really remarkable after a good consolidation. So the consolidation is always a good indication that things will go really, if it breaks, to good places, I mean. Next, MYT. MYT seems exactly the same as RAVE, except there is a shift by 1 hour. After consolidation, there was explosion here in the aftermarket hours. But the signal for us came here, and unfortunately was a little bit high. Then it made it against us. So that's a confirmed losing trade. Next, ZCMD is a losing trade. Gave you a confirmation to enter, then it moved against. But looking at the volume and the momentum, I think we will not enter this one. We will not be entering this one at all. Next, NLSP. Very wild candle, followed by correction, then it did not continue after that. So I'm not sure really whether somebody will enter this, especially because this is a new stock and there is really no good or enough history. Okay, moving to SSY. SSY was doing a great job after consolidation. However, this is also one of the slow moving real stocks in terms of volume. So it's again up to you as a trader to decide really, and that's up to you to see the signals really during trading to judge where are you really standing and whether the entry is correct one. Next, IO. See the oscillation here at the end of the market. Volatility it's an obvious. While it was here clearly moving upwards, I think that's a typical and perfect one. Made 7%, then another 7%, then another 7%, close to 30% increment in the day, during the day. So that's a clear and confirmed one. Next, PANL. No, there is no reason to say that this signal is incorrect. So you can easily enter here and lose in 15 minutes. So that's a confirmed entry and a confirmed loss. Next, BGI. BGI was giving a signal, then going beyond it, below it, I mean. So it's a confirmed loss as well. Next, DSS. Guys, excuse my voice. I'm having some cold, and I'm trying to give the update. Here it made in 1, 2, 3. It made like 2 or 3%. Then if we follow the criteria, we can get 2 or 3%. Then before we go really and lose in 45 minutes. So that's one. SALM was doing great move actually, but here in the backtest it was losing. It was a losing trade. So it gave a signal, but it did not make it. Actually, it has lost in the same at the same candle. So it gave you the signal, then it went down, then it continued. So that's a losing trade. Next, MKGI is a losing trade, and that's a confirmed one. Next, TKAT, perfectly winning from the same candle. If it continued to next candle, it would really go a little bit beyond, a bit lower than the entry, but it even from the next candle went lower than the entry a bit, then it geared up and it went above again to the upper direction, making 7% in 1 minute actually from the same candle. It did not really need to take 5 minutes, then go to next candle and then go up. So that's a successful one. Next is CCRC, and it made it in 11 minutes successfully. This trade, or this stock by itself, in 11 minutes you made 10%. So congrats. Next, CPIX. Has done the whole day movement in one candle, actually. So the lowest and the highest and everything happened in one candle. So if you enter from here, you'll be lucky enough to make it, to make the 7%, then to go the other side totally. So that depends when did you enter. But if you enter with the signal, you will see a good rise, and in no time, in 3 minutes, you can make your target, then you can go totally against your direction. So that's a judgmental, really, a judgmental candle. You could have made it to the upper side or to the lower side. So there could be in this candle either 7% gain or 2% loss. Next, PSTV. I think wrong entry. So this should not be really considered. Next, VTSI. That's not supposed to be considered, given this volume and the timing of the trade, really. Next, JT was doing a great move towards the end of the trading day, and in 31 minutes it made it. So if you go with our criteria, then 1, 2, 3, you can make 1% easily in 15 minutes. So either you will leave to conclude your week, before the end of the, this is Friday, the end of the week of the trading, and you don't want to be trapped until the next week. Last but not least is GMIT. And GMIT gave you the signal, but unfortunately it did not continue. So with this, I will conclude my update for the day. Excuse me again for the bad voice. And as usual, if you like what you see here, and if you like the content, please keep on supporting me by giving a thumb up and share and like. And that's it for today and for the week. Happy Valentine to all, and catch you on Monday. Thank you and goodbye.